In this video, I'm going to talk about what drivers out there are letting happen. Everybody's screaming they don't have money and they're not making money and all this when they're driving a truck. Well, one of the problems everybody's not even looking at is you're letting these shippers and brokers and all them dictate your equipment. This truck behind me is a 1988 Kenworth with a DDAC1 Detroit diesel, 12.7. And for the ones that don't understand what that is, that means it's the first generation, because back in 1987 they started making the 60 Series Detroit. This truck behind me does the same job as a 2022, 2018, 2023. A tractor's job is to hook to a trailer and get it from point A to point B. And this truck behind me will do the same thing. And I paid $2,500 for it cash. How many people out there can say that they bought a truck without payments and being an owner operator? But I know you're saying, but these companies we lease on to won't allow anything under 3 years old. Well, that's because you drivers out there are letting that happen. If everybody gets together and says, no, you want us to lease on, you're going to take whatever truck we have, not make me go out and buy a brand new truck. And some of you drivers are out there, but I need power windows, I need power this, power that, I have to have APU, etc., etc., etc. You can put an APU on this truck if you wanted to. You can put a bunk on this truck if you want to. It's not that hard. They're add-on sleepers back in '88. Matter of fact, I have one that I'll probably put on sometime. But some of you are probably screaming, but I need fuel mileage. Okay, what's your truck getting? 7 miles to the gallon? 8 miles? Maybe if you're lucky, 9 miles to the gallon? Well, I'm going to show you in a minute. This truck, according to the computer, and I do not have the ability to change anything in that computer. I have a handheld plugged into the truck right now. So all I can do is read whatever codes are in there and what the data is. I can't change anything. So I'm going to show you what the fuel mileage is. And DOT is probably going to get mad at me. They're going to get real mad at me, and the brokers and the shippers are too. And another thing you're letting these people do is you're letting them force you to, not really force you, you're letting them dictate to you that you have to put this app on your iPad, cell phone, whatever, and cost you data. If you didn't have that, you wouldn't have to have unlimited data, right? Your data plan would be cheaper. So they're digging into your pocket because you're letting them dictate to you that they want to track you. Those apps are not tracking the load, they're tracking you. You park your truck, you go home with that iPad, tablet, cell phone, it's showing your house. It's not showing the load. It's showing where you are, not where the load is. Back in the 90s, they tracked loads too. But the equipment was either in the trailer or permanently on the tractor. You had Qualcomm's, Highway Masters, etc. that they could actually track the loads. They actually tracked the loads or the truck, not the driver. And you're letting them dig into your pocket by letting them dictate to you that you have to have this app to pull their loads. If everybody quit putting these apps on their phones and iPads and that, you could actually save yourself some money and downgrade your plan for your mobile device, but you're letting them dictate to you. The trucking industry can be a very powerful industry if you all get together and stop letting DOT, the shippers, the brokers dictate to you, and even these large companies dictate to you what equipment you have to have, what equipment you're allowed to have, etc. Like I said, this truck back here behind me will do the same job as any other truck out there on the road. Yeah, it may not have 600-700 horsepower, it's got 400. But back in the 80s, that was sufficient, and that's still sufficient. I use this truck to pull loads, to pull trailers around, and I don't have an issue. Plus, this truck is a whole lot cheaper to fix than one of these brand new trucks. I mean, you look at an ISX air compressor, for example. You're looking at $1,100. I replaced the air compressor on this truck last year it cost me 250 bucks, not 1,100. Then you look at the cats that are in the Caterpillar trucks. They're even more outrageous. The DD motors, they're the same way. They're real expensive. You get an older truck, you can make your one payment, pay it for cash, it's yours. You have no truck payment. You don't have to worry about insurance on your loan to be able to keep the insurance company happy. Everything is a lot cheaper. You'll have a lot more money in your pocket. Now, I'm going to take you over and show you what the truck gets per mile. And you're probably going to be amazed about how this is a 1988, and here we go. Now, you can see that this truck is not getting no 3 or 4 miles to the gallon. Instead, this truck is getting what? 8.0 miles per gallon. How many of you guys out there can say that? And you're saying, oh, but it's the day cab. Put a bunk on here, it's no longer a day cab. It was actually designed for a bunk. And it'll get the same fuel mileage. And some of you are saying, but maybe it's a twin single screw. No, it's got dual wheels. It's got power divider. It's got everything you need. It's even got cruise control. But it don't have power windows. Yes, it does have power mirrors with heat. So for yins that are saying, oh, those trucks didn't have power mirrors and power or this, power that. Well, yeah, the mirrors are power. Yeah, it's a crank window. It's got AC, it's got heat. It'll run down the road at 75 miles an hour. Now, ask yourself, are you happy paying, what, $5,000 a month, $3,000 a month? I don't know what you guys are paying for a truck, because I'm not making any truck payments. I'm putting that truck payment money in my pocket. So, and I don't take anything that requires them to track me, or if they do want to track me, I tell them to keep the load. It's that simple. If everybody starts doing that, they're going to quit digging into your pocket as deep as they do. Think about it. You know, if you're still here, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell button, and I'll see you in the next video. I'd like to say have a better day, but try and have a cheaper one.